Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the latest car developments coming out of Iran in 2026. Whether you're a car enthusiast, an industry watcher, or just curious about what's happening in the Iranian auto world, this video is packed with updates, models, shifts in policy, and future-looking insight you won't want to miss. Let's get into it. As we move through 2026, the Iranian car industry is undergoing a rapid transformation. Despite sanctions, global supply chain challenges, and internal economic pressures, Iran's major automakers have been aggressively pushing for innovation, electrification, and even collaborations that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. Let's start with Iran Khodro, the country's largest automaker. In the past few months, they've unveiled an updated version of the TAROF. Yes, electric vehicles are no longer just a dream in Iran, they're being developed and slowly entering production. The 2026 TAROF now comes with a 300-kilometer range, improved thermal battery management systems, and a regenerative braking system inspired by global standards. Iran Khodro has also worked on refining the body design, offering a more aerodynamic look, better material quality, and a noticeably quieter cabin. They've also taken a bold step in launching a hybrid version of the Dina Plus. While the hybrid system is still relatively basic compared to what you'd find in Japanese or Korean vehicles, it's a significant step. The hybrid Dina Plus uses a locally manufactured 1.6-liter engine paired with an electric motor that provides an additional 45 horsepower during acceleration. The battery can be charged by braking and coasting, and though it's not plug-in yet, it paves the way for more electrified models in the coming years. SAPA, the country's second-largest automaker, isn't sitting idle either. The Shahin model has now entered its second generation. This year's refresh includes a turbocharged engine option, a completely redesigned infotainment system that supports Farsi voice commands, and upgraded safety systems. SAPA has also claimed that crash safety standards have been improved through better crumple zones and structural reinforcements, though, as always, we're waiting to see more independent testing. SAPA has also introduced a new compact SUV, the Ruspina, positioned as an affordable family car with decent urban and off-road performance. It's powered by a 1.5-liter turbo engine and a 6-speed automatic transmission developed in-house. While it won't win awards for speed or high-end finish, it does represent one of the first locally produced SUVs that's genuinely competitive in terms of size, features, and price. One of the most surprising entries this year has come from Iran Khodro, also known as MVM. Partnering with Chinese automaker Chery, they've expanded their assembly line and started producing the updated Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max under local branding. This model features a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine, a 7-speed DCT transmission, and a full suite of driver assistance systems including lane departure warning, automatic emergency braking, and adaptive cruise control. What's exciting is that Iran Khodro isn't just assembling, they're also gradually localizing production. As of 2026, about 35% of the parts are locally sourced, with goals to hit 50% by 2027. This helps keep prices down and is in line with the government's push for domestic manufacturing. There's also growing interest in alternative fuels. Iran, with its natural gas reserves, has always experimented with CNG vehicles. In 2026, we're seeing a slight shift to while CNG remains popular, there's new research in pilot testing on hydrogen fuel cell technology. Iran Khodro has reportedly developed a prototype hydrogen-powered truck for cargo fleets. While it's still in the lab stage, this shows that the country isn't ignoring the broader energy transition taking place globally. Now, let's talk policy. In 2026, the Iranian government rolled out new incentives for EV and hybrid buyers. While these don't include direct subsidies like in some Western countries, buyers can benefit from lower registration taxes, priority for urban license plates, and even discounts on electricity tariffs when charging at home. Tehran's municipality is also pushing for EV-only zones, especially in the most congested districts. This has encouraged car makers to accelerate their electrification timelines. However, challenges remain. One major issue is the charging infrastructure. Outside of Tehran, reliable charging stations are few and far between. Even in major cities, the charging network is still in its infancy. To address this, the Ministry of Industry and Energy has signed off on a public-private partnership that aims to build 2,000 new fast-charging stations by 2027. While this is a welcome move, execution will be the key. Another challenge is cost. While new cars are being launched, inflation and currency fluctuations mean that prices are volatile. For the average Iranian consumer, affording a brand new car remains difficult. In response, several automakers have introduced financing plans, though interest rates remain high, and approval processes are still slow. Despite these challenges, demand remains strong. In fact, in the first half of 2026, new vehicle registrations are up 14% compared to the same period in 2025. Interestingly, a big portion of this growth has come from used imports. Thanks to relaxed regulations, used vehicles from countries like Armenia, Iraq, and the UAE are now allowed into Iran under specific guidelines. These imports, mostly compact sedans and small crossovers, are filling gaps in the market where local production can't keep up. On the topic of foreign collaborations, rumors are swirling around a potential return of European manufacturers. While sanctions remain an issue, some insiders suggest that Persia is looking to re-establish technical cooperation with Iran Khodro, particularly in powertrain development. No official announcement yet, but the increasing openness to joint research and licensing is notable. There's also a quiet but growing presence of Chinese automakers. In addition to Chery's work with Iran Khodro, brands like Dongfeng and Geely are exploring entry into the Iranian market through SKD, semi-knockdown, assembly plants. These partnerships could lead to an influx of modern, affordable vehicles with decent features and build quality. If properly localized, these could change the competitive landscape. Let's not forget the role of technology. Iranian automakers are now integrating more connected features into their cars. GPS navigation systems that use local mapping data, mobile app-based remote start and lock features, and even AI-driven voice assistants have started appearing in mid-range models. These features aren't always as polished as international competitors, but the direction is promising. One of the most talked about launches of the year was Iran Khodro's crossover concept, tentatively named the IKCO Vision X. Though still in prototype stage, this F-based crossover is being touted as Iran's Tesla rival. Ambitious, yes, but it's being developed with advanced driver assistance features, fast charging capability, and modular battery packs. If it reaches production in 2027 as planned, it could mark a turning point for Iranian automotive tech. Enthusiasts will also be pleased to know that performance cars aren't being ignored completely. Iran Khodro and Saper both have small development teams working on turbocharged sport trims of their mainstream models. The Dinner Plus Sport, for example, comes with stiffer suspension, paddle shifters, a body kit, and a new exhaust note. It's not going to beat a BMW M3, but it adds a sense of passion that many local buyers are looking for. On the motorsport side, Local rally competitions and circuit racing leagues are also getting more attention. The National Touring Series has expanded its calendar for 2026 with new sponsorships and improved media coverage. This is helping to build a performance culture and encouraging younger engineers to specialize in motorsport applications, which often leads to improvements in production models. Finally, let's talk about design. In the past, many Iranian cars were criticized for being bland or outdated. That's changing. Automakers have brought in young designers from local universities and even recruited a few from abroad. The result is a fresher, more modern design language, sharper headlights, wider grilles, better proportions, and interiors that no longer feel 10 years behind the curve. We're now seeing digital dashboards, ambient lighting, and more user-focused cabin layouts. So, to wrap up, the Iranian car industry in 2026 is a mix of challenges and major leaps forward. Electrification is real and growing. Collaborations with Chinese and potentially European brands are evolving. Local tech is getting better, and consumers are beginning to demand more from their cars, whether in terms of design, features, or performance. It's an exciting time, and while there's still a long way to go, the momentum is building. For a country with such a rich history of engineering and innovation, it's only fitting that its automotive future is starting to accelerate literally. Let us know in the comments which Iranian car you'd like to see reviewed next, or if there's a model you think deserves more attention. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the Iranian auto scene, deep dives, and honest reviews. Would you like a version with visual cues, subtitles, or broken into segments for easier editing?